Hey guys, Jody here, and welcome back to my channel. And thank you so very much for once again tuning in. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Jody, and I love the arts. And on my channel, I mostly talk about books, television, and theaters. So if you like any of those things, be sure to stick around because I'm certainly going to talk about one of those things today. And if you like Broadway and you like theater, today's video might very well just interest you because in today's video, I'll be talking about an upcoming Broadway event that's going to take place in Times Square this very weekend, as well as some Broadway shows that have recently closed, as well as some Broadway shows that will be opening this very fall. So without any further ado, let's get on to today's video. So before I get into today's video, I'm not sure if I ever talked about this before, but I have quite a lot of Broadway t-shirts. So I thought, in these videos where I talk about Broadway, in one way or another, why not wear a Broadway t-shirt every time I make one of these videos? So in today's video, I'm wearing my t-shirt from when I saw Hello Dolly with Bernard Peters and Victor Garber in February of 2018. And you can't really see, there it goes, so you can't really see Hello Dolly, but there it is. So, yeah. Now, moving on to what today's video is about. So, this weekend at this point, yeah, it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Times Square is having like a fun Broadway celebration event called Curtains Up. And on Sunday, September 10th, ABC will be broadcasting a Broadway show concert, if you will, that Eric McCormick will be hosting. I think it's going to be on TV from either 10 to 11:30 or 11 to 12:30. I guess check your local listings for that. But yeah, it sounds very reminiscent of Broadway on Broadway, that concert that used to be in Times Square. They stopped that quite a while ago, but NBC used to broadcast that event live on TV. So the only difference between that event and this event is called Curtains Up, and it's going to be broadcast on ABC. So yeah, just to let you know about that in case you wanted to watch it. And as far as some Broadway shows that have recently closed, Once Upon a Time and the recent Funny Girl revival both closed last Sunday on September 3rd. And yeah, I never got to see these shows. I wasn't planning on seeing these shows, but I probably should have made this video earlier in case you weren't aware these had already closed, so you would, know, so you could see it if you wanted to see it. So sorry about that, but sorry. Anyway, also there are many new Broadway shows coming to Broadway this fall, also some Broadway revivals, so that's what I'm going to be talking about now. So on September 15th, a new and original musical called Gutenberg the Musical will be starting, I think I said the date already, but September 15th at the James Earl Jones Theater. It's going to star Josh Gad and Andrew Reynolds. Alex Timbers is directing it, and I've known about this show for quite some time. I think I remember hearing Christopher Fitzgerald's name attached to it at some point years ago. So this show has been around for quite some time, and it's finally making its way to Broadway. So next up is Merrily, We Roll Along, which is a Stephen Sondheim musical. It's a revival, and it starts on September 19th. It's going to play at the Hudson Theater. It's starring Daniel Radcliffe, Jonathan Groff, and Lindsay Mendez, and it's a transfer from an off-Broadway production that they all starred in about a year ago this time. And yeah, I would love to see this show. I've known about it for like ever, and it'd be awesome to see a show. Will I see a show? To be determined. And I believe it's limited run, as well as Gutenberg the Musical is also limited run as well, just to let you know about that. Next up is a new and original musical called Harmony. It starts October 18th. It's going to play at the Barrymore Theater, and this musical, I believe Barry Manilow co-wrote all the songs for this show. I've known about this show since at least 2003, because I believe it was supposed to come to Broadway back then. I think Brian Darcy James was attached to be in it as well. They were going to have like an out-of-town tryout, I think in Philadelphia, but it never materialized. And I've known about this show for almost 2 decades, so it's so super cool to see it finally make its way to Broadway. So yeah. I'm not sure I'm going to get to see this show. I'm not sure I'm going to get to see any of these shows, but it would be really cool to see this show just because I've known about it for so long. Okay, so next up on October 31st, a revival of Spamalot will be coming to Broadway on the very day of Halloween, which I like to refer to as Beetlejuice's birthday. So happy early birthday, Beetlejuice. And yeah, this is going to play at the St. James Theater. I don't know if I said that. But I saw this show in 2005, a few months after it began on Broadway, and I liked it. I wasn't expecting a revival of this anytime soon, but I guess when I thought about it, it's been 18 years since the show opened on Broadway, so I guess it was bound to happen eventually. And I believe this is a production from the Kennedy Center. It's a transfer of that show. And, you know, do I have to see this show again? I didn't initially feel like I had to, but then I heard who was going to be in the cast, and it's like an all-star cast. So I can't remember everybody who's in the cast at the moment. But I just remember Michael Urie's going to be in it, Leslie Kritzer, and that's enough for me to want to see this. Plus, it's at the St. James Theater, which in my opinion is the best theater on Broadway. So yeah, moving on to the last show I'll be talking about, which is a new and original musical called How to Dance in Ohio. It starts on November 18th. It's going to play at the Blasco Theater, and don't know much about the show other than it's a new and original musical, and it's, you know, it's like nice to see more new and original musicals, you know, making their way to Broadway, because we don't see very many of them as often anymore. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know in the comments below if you made it to the Curtains Up Times Square Broadway event in New York this weekend. How did you like it? Did you have a good time? What Broadway shows did you see perform? And let me know if you are going to see any of the shows I talked about today. You know, which ones are you looking forward to the most? So that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so very much for watching, and until next time, bye.